Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. Today guys, I'll be checking out this video from Brett Cooper and it's titled, Did Donald Trump Make a Mistake? You guys, I'm excited for this, and without much ado, let's see what Brett Cooper has for us in this video.
Guys, in terms of Trump's appointments, as you guys know, because we've done episodes about this, we have had win after win after win. I mean, from Tulsi to RFK Jr., Tom Homan, Hagsath Cash Patel for the FBI. The streak has just been remarkable. But to be honest, I've kind of been holding my breath for the other shoe to drop. Like, it's still politics. It's still America. They can't all be this fantastic, right? Well, this weekend, that fear came true with Trump's Drug Enforcement Administration, or DEA, appointment. And I personally just want to know what deal Trump made that caused this whole fiasco, because he seriously cannot believe that this man that we're about to talk about is the best fit for the job. Now, thankfully, though, his supporters have been quick to call out this guy and hold his feet to the fire, which is so important. Like, thank God we do not live in an echo chamber. Thank God for X. But let's get into why this man should be completely and utterly disqualified from his appointment to the DEA. Before we dive into this story, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the comment section channel if you've not already, and of course, if you want to stay up to date on all of our episodes, make sure to ring that notification bell. All right, so just so we are all on the same page, the purpose of the DEA is to enforce controlled substance laws and regulations, aka this is the agency that will be cracking down on gangs, drug cartels. They will be the agency that is addressing the fentanyl crisis. This is a I cannot emphasize how significant this agency will be in our current society and our drug epidemic. And the fentanyl crisis specifically is something that Trump and JD have said that they will prioritize in this next term. It was a major subject during the debates at the RNC on Trump's campaign trail. And in the days after his win, when he was releasing all those videos about his day one executive orders and his mandate for America, he even said this. Just watch.
We will show no mercy on the cartels. Every day, drug traffickers are using the waters of our region to ship their lethal poisons to America, killing so many of our people and ruining families. In addition to restoring strong border security, I will deploy all necessary military assets, including the U.S. Navy, to impose the full naval embargo on the cartels. I did that before, and it worked. What we did was incredible. We will guarantee that the waters of the Western Hemisphere are not used to traffic illicit drugs to our country. Furthermore, I will order the Department of Defense to make appropriate use of special forces, cyber warfare, and other overt and covert actions to inflict maximum damage on cartel leadership, infrastructure, and operations.
So basically, that's what you need to know. This is a huge deal, and I personally have been a major proponent for what Trump is saying, because I do believe that you need to stop the drugs that are coming into our country before you can address the drug epidemic, before you can address homelessness. I do believe that it has to start with the root of the problem, which in large part is the drug cartels. Again, this is a huge deal. In fact, drug trafficking is one of the major motivations for him putting tariffs on Mexico and Canada. He literally wants to financially choke them until they agree to shut down their borders as a way to stop the flow of drugs, specifically fentanyl, into our country, which he literally posted about just last week. You can see right here in this post from Truth Social. So all of this to say, you would think that he would appoint the best person for this role, someone who is laser focused on their job, who is ready to protect the American people, who will not be distracted by social and political pressures and nonsense and noise. But unfortunately, Donald Trump did the exact opposite. He appointed Chad Chronister. Chad Chronister is a Florida sheriff from the Tampa Bay area, and thanks to his track record over the past couple of years, specifically during COVID, people online think that he needs to be immediately disqualified. And personally, I do not disagree. I mean, hearing how he ran things from 2020 to 2021 takes me right back to living in Los Angeles during COVID, which should not have been the case in Ron DeSantis' Florida. I mean, for example, in 2020, if you were an unvaccinated deputy under Chad and you got sick and you had to quarantine, you had to cover your own time off. You had to use your own PTO. But if you were vaccinated, don't worry, because, quote, the sheriff's office will cover your time off. But guys, that is just scratching the surface. That is not the worst of it. Chronister also arrested a pastor for having the gall to hold church during COVID and then proudly boasted about the arrest online. This was March 20th, and he posted announcing the arrest of Dr. Ronald Howard Brown, pastor of the River at Tampa Bay Church, who intentionally and repeatedly disregarded state and local public health orders, which put his congregation and our community in danger. I mean, that's not just following the law. That is an abuse of power and loving it. There is no other reason that he would post about this online. He also put a curfew in effect and arrested those who did not follow it. This was in April. To further mitigate the spread of COVID-19, the Hillsborough, Florida Emergency Policy Group has implemented a curfew beginning tonight, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. For more information, visit yada, yada, yada. And he happily posted about this and enforced it. He literally made videos telling people to social distance, even if they were on their boats. Just watch.
I'm Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister. While we want everyone to limit their public movement during the COVID-19 health crisis, outdoor recreation is still possible, even on our beautiful waterways. If you decide to go boating, remember you must also remain socially distanced from other boaters. Make sure that you keep 50 feet between you and other vessels on the water.
Literally, how did we live through this? This is so ridiculous. It is literally laughable. I feel like I am watching some episode of Arrested Development because it is so absurd. They're going, okay, yeah, we'll be socially distant. Absurd. It is so dumb. And who are you trying to appease by making these ridiculous videos? Fauci?
I'd have to laugh at that.
Like, that alone should immediately discredit you.
Well, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video? Do you think Chad is one appointment that Donald Trump will regret? Do you guys think he should be discredited because he's not fit for the job? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. For me, I think we should give him a benefit of doubt because, as they say, change is the only constant thing in life. And him working with Donald Trump administration, he might actually become a better person. But let me know what you guys think about this video so far. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below and let's continue watching, you guys.
People are not happy. Somebody commented and said, my gosh, you were an absolute moron during COVID and had no ability to think for yourself. Trump messed up here. Another person said, being a dumbass should automatically disqualify you. Very true. Unfortunately, I think that would literally empty the entirety of our American political system, but that is a topic for another day. But we do have to come down and be real here because, unfortunately, a poor COVID track record does not totally surprise me because that is also Trump's weakest spot. You know, he's apologized for many things. He has acknowledged his transgressions in his first term, but he continues to assert that he was right about COVID, right about the lockdowns, and right about the vax. Now, thankfully, these days, he is surrounded by people who disagree with him, who were staunch defenders of freedom throughout all those years, and I think that they really help hold him accountable. But an appointment like Cronister feels like a step backwards, and to be fair, it's not just the COVID track record that worries me, because Cronister seems to be a man who is totally bought in to whatever the current thing is, whether that be COVID or Pride, because this is what he posted in June of 2022.
In the month of June, we celebrate Pride Month. Hello, I'm Sheriff Chad Cronister, and this month...
Literally a sitcom. What is this? Like, I feel like I'm watching some cartoon character in a Disney Channel show, like, oh, I'm the silly sheriff. In those years, and honestly still today, we were not living in a serious society. Okay, just watch this. This is just ridiculous.
We're celebrating equality, dignity, and self-affirmation no matter how we identify. At the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, we are proud to focus on the wonderful members of our law enforcement family that bring their many talents, skills, and varying viewpoints that help us serve, protect, and understand everyone who lives in Tampa Bay. We welcome diverse backgrounds, respect all people, and declare that love is what brings our community together. We wish everyone a wonderful month of Pride celebrations.
I am dead inside.
Literally, I do not care if you are a gay cop. I do not care if you are a lesbian cop, whatever. There is no reason for the sheriff's department to be in a pride parade. There is no reason for you to be making these videos. This is an utter distraction. Like, seriously, why is the county sheriff celebrating Pride? It is ridiculous. All this signals to me is that you were distracted from your job and you're probably bought out. And apparently, to make matters worse, it doesn't just stop with the virtue signaling posts and participating in pride parades. Somebody who lives in Tampa Bay posted this, which was incredibly illuminating to everybody online. This guy, Spence Rogers, he said, I am from Tampa Bay, Florida. I have followed Chad Cronister's career and people are asking me why he is a bad pick for head of the DEA. Conservatives here do not support Cronister. Cronister is a woke and weak Democrat plant and will backstab President Trump. He cannot be trusted. Here are some of the reasons. And he wrote, his office promotes transgendering teens by participating in the Tampa Bay Pride event and created a liaison office for transgenders and other Pride affiliates. Cronister expanded his office's DEI programs and has been a major proponent of anti-white male discrimination by removing merit as a primary role of advancement, turning to race and gender-based hiring and promotion policies. He is a big Democrat donor. He gave money to Democrat Barack Obama, Mayor Jane Castor, Congresswoman Kathy Castor, Congressman Charlie Crist, and the DNC. Cronister is also weak on crime. which is not what you should be if you are the county sheriff. He released a criminal with 35 priors who then went out and shortly after his release and murdered someone. He was weak during the BLM riots, having his deputies stand down as rioters destroyed property, including a gate at the county jail. His office was generally slow to respond during the BLM riots and when other sheriff's officers around the state were out in full force. And guys, what was most appalling that I learned from this post is that he is weak on illegal immigration enforcement, which as head of the DEA, with how intersected drugs and illegal immigration are, that seems to be a massive red flag. For example, in 2023, when Florida rolled out a new law that included consequences for people who transported and hired illegal migrants, Chronister literally made one of his classic little videos talking about how diversity was their strength and that his team was not going to focus on enforcing that law. Just watch.
I'm Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister. I want to discuss some important changes to Florida's immigration law that will be taking effect on July 1st, 2023. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge the rich diversity that makes our community so special. Hillsborough County has always been a place where people from all walks of life come together, creating a vibrant and inclusive community. As your sheriff, I want to assure you that our primary focus remains on maintaining public safety. Our deputies will continue to work diligently to prevent crime, protect victims, and apprehend those who pose a threat to our community. It's important to note that the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office does not engage in federal immigration enforcement activities. We do not target individuals based on their immigration status. That's the authority of federal agencies. Our goal is to build trust and foster strong partnerships with all residents, regardless of their background.
Well, you're losing my trust by releasing this video. I mean, there's literally no point to make this and release it. It is complete and utter virtue signaling. Like, dude, I don't know who was writing you checks because that is completely cucked behavior. Like, no one cares. Just do your job and stop with the virtue signaling videos. I mean, public safety literally involves protecting your citizens from illegal aliens and the crime and drugs that they often bring into this country. But you were apparently too focused on being politically correct to acknowledge any of that in your ridiculous little video. And I think that that is the major problem here. Like, I am sure that he has an impressive resume on paper. That's what Trump was talking about in his appointment. It's like, oh, he's done all these things. He, spent all these years working on this agency and on this board. I'm sure that he could do the job. But for an issue that is so dire and so consequential for the American people, that is tied to one of the biggest voter issues of the year, immigration, do we really want somebody who is this focused on making Instagram videos and appeasing social justice movements? No, obviously not. We want somebody, again, like I said at the beginning, we want somebody who is a shark, who is laser focused on the issue at hand, who will always be willing to do the hard yet right thing, no matter the social pressure, no matter what the mainstream media is writing about him, because believe me, cracking down on immigration, cracking down on drugs in this country is not going to be pretty or easy. These men are going to be painted in horrible lights by the media. Like, I can already tell you that. And I genuinely do not believe that this man is strong enough. So hopefully Trump will reconsider.
Wow, you guys, that was such an interesting one from Brett Cooper. And I hope that Trump reconsiders, because after seeing this video, I can say for a fact that this man is not fit for the position that Trump is appointing him. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Do you guys think Chad can do the job? Can he handle immigration and also drug-related issues? I'd love to know your thoughts on this particular one, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.